We believe God created every galaxy in the universe with a single word, every star and planet, and all the complexity of Earth and humanity. Yet how quickly we forget His power to change our own life and circumstances. The gospel message is shocking to many, shocking because of its implications. What once required special sacrifices and representative priests has been fulfilled by Jesus and is now available to any who believe. We have been given direct access to God Himself. The Bible encourages us to come to God with boldness. Our boldness in approaching Him does not come from our words or our achievements. Instead, it's based on God's promises. The Scriptures are full of His promises to us. So we ask, remembering His power and faithfulness, and we encourage those around us to do the same, to believe boldly. This Roman officer who approached Jesus at Capernaum understood power. As a centurion, his armor served as an unmistakable image of Rome's power. Rome had conquered the ancient world by military might. The image of a marching column of Roman soldiers struck fear in most hearts. Certainly this leader, tasked with leading Roman soldiers, was not weak. Most likely hardened by battle and capable of commanding respect and authority, he knew power. He knew how to project it, maintain it, and take it when needed. So it must have been a shock to many when he came to Jesus, when he came recognizing Jesus' power and his need for it. The centurion came because a member of his household was in terrible pain and lay paralyzed in his bed. He came because he believed Jesus had the power to heal. Jesus agreed to come with the man, but was stopped by a remarkable statement. This Roman officer responded to Jesus, "Lord, I am not worthy to have you come into my home. Just say the word from where you are, and my servant will be healed." Jesus was amazed. This was faith, unlike anything Jesus had encountered among God's chosen people in all Israel. Jesus did just as the centurion requested. When the Roman officer arrived back home, his servant had been healed that same hour. It's surprising to me that Jesus ranked this man's faith as greater than any he had seen in Israel. How could that be, with the people of Israel being the chosen people of God? But perhaps there's a kind of familiarity that causes us to forget things, important things. We can become so used to God and His promises that we forget His true power. That is so often the story of Scripture. The leaders and teachers of Israel somehow had lost touch with the power of God and the fulfillment of His promises that was before their eyes in Jesus. It happens to us too. We get into our routines, morning devotions, Sunday worship, prayers before bed. It all becomes just routine. We can forget His real power, His power to do the impossible. And so, even in our own day, a person comes along in need, and God acts in such a way as to wake us up to what we really have. We have access to God. We have permission to approach Him with our every need. We have His Spirit poured out into our life. We have access to the God for whom nothing is impossible. The truth is, sometimes we need to be reminded of it. Sometimes we need to remember what we have because of Jesus. That day when the centurion approached Jesus, there must have been a crowd there, a crowd that had come out of curiosity and perhaps many with their own needs. I wonder how this display of Jesus' power and the Roman soldiers' faith, how it forced them to realize what they had too, what they had while standing there with Jesus. It's the same as what we now have because of His death and His resurrection. Do you still remember what He is capable of?